The process starts here, in the heart of a steel mill, where temperatures exceed 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Inside this crucible, iron ore, coke, and limestone are superheated. This liquid iron, now purified into steel, is transferred into giant ladles. It is here that the liquid steel will take its first solid form, cast into colossal slabs. In a carefully controlled pour, the liquid becomes a solid, a massive ingot of raw potential. But this is just the beginning. To be useful, this enormous block must be shaped and refined. Still glowing at over 1,000 degrees, the slab is transported to the rolling mill. Immense pressure will transform it, squeezing it into the fundamental building block of the ship, the steel plate.
Pass after pass, the steel is flattened, elongated, and strengthened,
Forged into a precise thickness and strength. Finally, the slab has been transformed into a plate, the fundamental component of the ship's hull. Stretching for hundreds of feet, each plate is a monument to industrial might. Once cooled, these plates are ready for the next stage of their journey. From the searing heat of the mill to the precision of the cutting floor. From the raw power of the mill, the steel enters a world of digital precision. Each plate is individually processed, destined to become a unique component of the ship's intricate structure.
There are no manual measurements here. Every action is dictated by a digital blueprint, translated into machine code.
Thousands of coordinates, curves, and angles, all calculated to a fraction of a millimeter. With the instructions loaded, the work of shaping the giant begins.
A concentrated beam of light, hotter than the surface of the sun, vaporizes the steel with surgical precision.
Following the digital path, the machine carves out the component, leaving no room for error.
Straight lines and complex curves are rendered with equal ease, creating shapes impossible to achieve with such speed by human hands.
Is the fusion of raw material and pure data. With the first piece cut, the process of assembly can begin. But a single component is not enough. Thousands of individual pieces must be joined, transforming flat plates into three-dimensional structures. Heavy lift robotic arms transport each piece to assembly jigs, positioning them with sub-millimeter accuracy.
The next step, robotic welding, a process where strength and precision are paramount. Working in tandem, these automated welders perform flawlessly, creating seams stronger than the original steel itself.
An electric arc melts the metal, fusing the two plates into one.
But a ship's hull is not made of flat planes alone. It requires immense, precisely curved sections to give it a hydrodynamic shape. For this, another kind of machine is needed. One that shapes steel not with heat, but with unimaginable pressure. Thousands of tons of force are applied, permanently reshaping the steel's molecular structure. Perfection is not assumed, it is verified. Laser scanners compare the finished component against the original. From countless individual parts, the building blocks of a titan are now ready for the shipyard. The shipyard. Here, precision-made components will be transformed from a collection of parts into a single, colossal entity.
Construction begins with a single, crucial piece, the keel block, the backbone of the entire vessel. Lifted by the gantry crane, this first block, weighing hundreds of tons, is lowered into the heart of the dry dock, the laying of the keel. A tradition centuries old, marking the official start of the ship's life. From this single foundation, a titan will rise.
and rise it does, piece by monumental piece.
These
are the super blocks.
Each block is a self-contained section of the ship's hull, already fitted with piping, electrical conduits, and structural supports.
Guided by lasers and GPS, the block is positioned with an accuracy measured in fractions of an inch. Once in place, the real work of joining the ship begins. Teams of welders work around the clock, transforming thousands of seams into a single monolithic hull, strong enough to conquer any ocean. Day and night, the process continues, a relentless ballet of heavy engineering. Block by block, the ship's form emerges from the void, a testament to meticulous planning and tireless labor.
It is not just a shell. A complex skeleton of decks, walls, and chambers grows in lockstep with the hull.
Until, after weeks of relentless assembly, the final piece is ready to be placed. The giant is born. A seamless city of steel, awaiting its heart and soul. But the assembly is only one part of the equation. Every one of the thousands of structural welds must be perfect. To ensure integrity, each critical seam undergoes rigorous, non-destructive testing. High-frequency sound waves are sent deep into the steel, searching for any microscopic imperfections invisible to the naked eye.
The returning echoes create a digital map of the weld's interior. In this case, a perfect bond.
With its structural integrity confirmed, the hull is no longer just a shell. It is a fortress, but the hull is merely the vessel. To become a city at sea, it must be built upwards. The superstructure, containing the cabins, restaurants, and public spaces, rises from the main deck. Deck by deck, a vertical city of steel climbs towards the sky, each level a new layer of complexity. But a fortress is nothing without a heart. Deep within its core,
Deep in the bowels of the ship lies the engine room, a space engineered to house a colossal power plant.
and this is its heart. A state-of-the-art diesel engine, one of several. The engine lift is one of the most critical and delicate operations in the entire construction process. With the precision of a surgeon, the crane operator aligns the engine with the main access hatch. And then, the careful descent begins, lowering thousands of tons of power into the ship's core.
Navigating the tight confines of the ship's interior, the engine is guided onto its permanent foundation.
A perfect fit. The heart of the ship is now in place.
But placing the engine is only the beginning. Now, it must be integrated into the ship's circulatory system.
Thousands of feet of piping are installed, a vascular system for fuel, lubricant, and cooling water. And in parallel, the nervous system. Miles of cable that will carry the commands.
But the engine's power is meaningless until it can be connected to the water. The next crucial link, the propeller shaft. Forged from a single piece of high-tensile steel, the propeller shaft is the drive shaft of a giant.
At the end of the shaft, the final piece of the propulsion puzzle, the propeller. A marvel of the connection must be perfect, capable of transferring immense torque without the slightest vibration. With the engine, the shaft, and the propeller united, the ship now has its muscle.
But muscle is useless without a nervous system to control it. The electrical heart of the ship is the power distribution center.
Over 3,000 miles of cable are run throughout the ship, connecting every system, every light, every sensor back to this central hub.
Each connection is critical. A single misplaced wire among millions could compromise an entire system.
As the final connections are made, the ship's nervous system is complete, ready for the first spark of life. The heart, the muscle, and the mind are now one. The machine is complete. The float out. A pivotal moment when the ship, for the first time,
meets the sea.
Displacing hundreds of thousands of tons of water, the City of Steel achieves buoyancy, floating free for the first time.
With no power of its own, the ship is carefully guided by a team of tugboats to the next stage of its construction, the outfitting dock.
The empty steel shell will be transformed into a floating luxury resort.
The process is a marvel of modular construction. Entire rooms, and fully furnished.
Like pieces in a three-dimensional puzzle, each cabin is maneuvered into its designated position.
Tolerances are incredibly tight. Each module must fit perfectly to ensure structural integrity and a seamless finish.
Perfect fit. Once secured, Hispanic male workers inside will connect its plumbing and electrical systems to the ship's main grid. This process is repeated over 1,000 times, building the city from the inside out, one room at a time.
And with the cabins in place, the ship's profile is nearly complete, transforming from a work site into a destination.
But while the cabins offer a glimpse of the final product, the vast public spaces are a blank canvas.
The outfitting phase is a race against time, a carefully choreographed operation involving thousands of skilled workers.
Miles of carpet are laid, softening the hard edges of the steel and bringing warmth and color to the interiors.
Decorative elements, from grand chandeliers to intricate artworks, are installed, giving each space its unique character.
Theaters, restaurants, kitchens, lounges. An entire city's worth of infrastructure is built and finished within the hull.
With the interiors taking shape, the final iconic elements of the exterior are put in place. Funnel. Not just an exhaust for the engines, but a signature design element, recognizable the world over. Secured in place, it completes the ship's unmistakable silhouette. The final transformation begins. The protective primer is covered by a durable, high-gloss coat by coat. The ship is given its final identity, gleaming and ready to meet the world. With the exterior complete, the final touches are made, preparing the vessel not just for the sea, but for its passengers. And finally, it is given its name, an identity that will carry it across the world's oceans.
The final phase is provisioning. Tons of supplies are loaded, and the ship is prepared for its first crew and its first journey.
From a single plate of steel to a floating city, the work is done. The giant is ready. All that awaits is the dawn and the call of the open sea. After months of construction, the day has come. The culmination of millions of hours of labor. The giant finds its voice. Guided by the powerful tugs, the ship is carefully maneuvered out of the confines of the harbor. Then, it is free, released from the land that built it, to take its place on the sea. The journey, from a single idea forged in fire, has begun. All the power, precision, and planning now realized in this single, graceful movement. A floating city built not just to travel, but to be enjoyed. Every deck, every space, all controlled from here. The ship's nerve center, where thousands of tons of steel are guided by millions of lines of code.
A visible testament to the forces at work deep within the hull, translating controlled explosions into effortless forward motion.
A journey of creation, complete. A testament to engineering, ambition, and the art of making. And so she sails, a city on the water, disappearing into the vast. From giant steel plates to the creation of a massive cruise ship.
Behold the culmination of modern engineering, a city afloat on the tranquil blue expanse.